Hello everybody, I hope you're having a fabulous day today. Today we are doing a room build, not a house build, a room build. So, I kind of wanted to do a room build. Life has kind of been a lot hectic at the moment. I'm in the middle of moving and going through my childhood home and selling stuff, and it's been really chaotic, and I was ahead of time, and I was on top of videos, and then it was oh no, and then I got behind. So, been a little off, but back on schedule for the most part. Moving in a week, a little hectic, but it is what it is. We'll get it done. Anyway, I decided to build a game room. I wanted something a little bit easier than having to design an entire house, and at the same time, I had been kind of wanting to do an epic game room, kind of for a little while. I was should I just because I had a house idea, and I was I kind of just want to put this epic game room down in the basement. I was wait, let's just make a game room build. It'll just be better, and then I can, I don't know, put it in the build, I don't know, whatever. But anyway, yeah. So, I wanted to make this game build both have classic games as well as tech games. So classic games as in dartboard, foosball, tabletop games, things like that. And then I wanted to have things like computer games. I wanted to make sure and use I don't actually know what that's called. The thingy that not the square gaming thing, but the rectangle, the thing that's to the right. I don't know what it's called. Anyway, I wanted to make sure I used both of the big gaming rigs in this build, and so it was a little bit of a challenge because at the beginning I was kind of trying to still figure out how big I wanted the room to be, and I started out and I was this is a massive room, massive, and spoiler alert, it gets bigger. So not that much bigger, but it does get a little bigger. So excuse me, just choked on my own spit. That's attractive. Oh, okay, I can breathe. Great. That's some quality entertainment right there. So, back to the build. What I decided to do was kind of divide the room up. Have one side of it be kind of not old school games, kind of bar-esque, kind of pubish, if you will. Granted, I've never been to a pub, so I cannot actually say anything towards that. But anyway, it was my idea. That's what it was. And, it would be the old-fashioned games. I wanted it to be darker, more wood, have lots of wood textures, things like that. And I decided to use the fences to kind of, separate it out, because sometimes when you try to divide a room with just floor tiles, it's not quite there. And I really wanted to emphasize this is two separate rooms, even though it's all one big gaming room. It's two rooms. And then, okay, yes, I know dance floors are not technically a game, but I kind of was on the other side. I was kind of going for more of a tech vibe / hangout / club feel. So you have pub on the right, club on the left. That's kind of the vibe I was kind of going for. And because I wanted this room to have kind of a little bit more than just games. It was okay, I can only do so much, I guess, decorating and stuff if it's just games. And I was dance floor. Dance floor's cool. And I'd wanted to include the DJ booth anyway, and that I specifically wanted that DJ booth, not the super expensive one, because it didn't quite fit with my vision, but the midway priced one. So I kind of played around with it a little bit, trying to figure out how I wanted to position these, because these three things are all large objects, and in my opinion, the DJ booth fits, but the gaming stuff in everyday houses, it really doesn't fit that well. It's hard to fit them. I struggle fitting the gaming rig, just because to me it's kind of awkward and it doesn't quite fit, and the colors, and anyway, that's a whole other thing. So over here, what I decided to do was, this was kind of the main TV setup, things like that. I threw in the karaoke bar. Granted, the karaoke machine. Granted, I know it's not workable from that position. You can always move it, but it's more there for aesthetic purposes. So yeah. And then over here, I wanted to include a bookshelf that could kind of be like, this is where you keep all the games, and that was like where all the consoles are, things like that. But I didn't want it to be super like atrocious, not atrocious, but like, I didn't want that to be the dominant feature on that wall. So I wanted it to be kind of small. And granted, like, I understand like gaming and stuff, you can have like massive walls of games and it's awesome, but I didn't quite want that for the room. So, you know. So then what I did was I expanded this room and just made it all one big square angle over there, because it was just, part of it was, it wasn't quite working how I wanted it to be. And because, sorry, I apologize for yawning. I swear I'm not tired, but I have been up since like 6:30 a.m. And granted, it's only like 1:30 in the afternoon, but I had to stay up until at least like 10 p.m. and I have tons of things to do. But anyway, I really wanted to fit a bar over here. I wasn't 100% sure when I started building this if I was going to put like a bar, but it was kind of toying in my brain. And then I decided, well, something over here needs a little bit more kind of something to kind of tie it together. And I was like, bar. Perfect. So kind of like, it really kind of ties in the whole pub feel, if you will say. The only thing I forgot about, because I did forget about it, because I originally was like, okay, I'm going to include this. This is what it's going to have. And I completely forgot about it. I was going to include several my so that way you could kind of like game back and forth with friends and things like that. So that wasn't a thing. My brain just completely forgot. But I really like how the room turned out. Like, I guess you could get rid of the dance floor and just put in like computers and things like that. And I think I will include like another download of it with the computers, because to me it really needs like the computers, tables and all that to just kind of complete the whole game room. So I will upload 2 versions of this, and at the end I'll probably include like a quick screenshot or 2, so that way, like, I really do like how it turned out, but it's one of those things. I made this couple days ago and I didn't realize it until now, and I was like, dang it, I didn't realize until after I'm going back and like recorded the audio, and it's like, dang it, I forgot. So I will include a screenshot of that, and or a couple screenshots, and upload both versions to the gallery, because you might want the first version, you might want this version where it has more of a club and pub feel, pub, haha, that's kind of fun, or you might want the one where like it's like total nerddom and pub. I don't know, but yeah, so they will both be available to download on the gallery, like all of my builds are. So yeah, anyway, back to the build. As you can see, the colors have escalated a little bit. I was kind of struggling what I wanted to do color-wise, because I wanted it to be kind of bright. I wanted it to contrast the other side of the room, but I couldn't quite figure out how to do that and get couches that I liked. And so we ended up going with bright purple walls with bright purple accent walls with the gray on the rest of the walls. And I don't remember. I think we do keep those bright blue couches. I think we do. I think I do keep those. But I play with the lighting a lot, and so they're not quite as obnoxious as they are with like the intense like flood lighting. So one thing I definitely wanted to do in this build was include lots of like posters and gaming posters and things like that, because there's not like a lot of content or like just clutter objects around gaming except for like posters. So I was kind of stuck doing mostly poster stuff. I wish that there was more gaming stuff. Like I wish that they had like small controllers you could place and like more console choices. Maybe like a handheld device. I don't know. Just more techie items, I guess, that are small and pretty much serve no purpose, but just are there for like aesthetic reasons, I guess. And so over here, I tried to keep the lights on the more yellow side. Like this is seriously like essentially 2 rooms. I just kept it all as 1 room because I wanted the gaming room to have all aspects of gaming. So, and like for some people that's how they do gaming. They will have an aspect, like most of the time it's in a basement, but it doesn't have to be. But most of the time you will have like part of the basement will be like board games and like chess and things like that. And then the other side will be like more entertainment side. You know, it just kind of depends. So I wanted to keep both aspects of it. And so then I threw in a couple of the lights and got rid of all the floodlights, and because I wanted to emphasize the dance floor as well as the kind of club-esque atmosphere. So, and I really wasn't sure how to light up everything else, so I kind of played around with the massive floor-to-ceiling lights, and what did I do over here? I know I put a light over there. Oh, and I did stick a light over by the door, kind of as an, I guess, emergency door light, if you could say. But yeah, I played with those lights just because they do light up quite well, except my one issue with them is that they're a statement piece. Like some of the lights you can kind of just throw on the wall and they're not super important, but those are like floor to ceiling lights and it's like boom. So anyway, these are the screenshots. I made sure and like dimmed all the lights and played around. I moved around like the colors of some of the lights and warmed some of them up, cooled some of them down, things like that. But yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this build. As I said earlier, it is available to download on the gallery. Both versions are. If you're not subscribed, feel free to hit that subscribe button down below. I upload videos 3 times a week. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed watching this. Maybe I'll do some more room builds in the future because they're a lot of fun. And I hope you guys have an awesome day, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!